So I imagine for a lot of students when they look at this question, they're probably a little overwhelmed by this because you've got all this stuff written in here and it just looks like a lot. But it's really not too bad. So hopefully we can break this down and make it easy for you. So the first thing I would do is I would look at the numerator here and see if any of that can be simplified, and in order to subtract or add these terms together, they have to have the same variable factors. So that means they have to have the same variables with the same exponents. And so this is x squared y, this is xy squared, and this is just y squared. So they're not the same. So we can't add or subtract these. So we can't do anything there. So what we're going to turn to now is the division part. And this divide by 2y is really each of these three terms divided by 2y. So I'm going to write it out that way to make it clear to you what I'm saying. So I'm going to take each of the top terms in the numerator. So I'm going to take the 2x squared y, and I'm going to divide that by 2y. And then I'm going to write the minus 8xy to the second, and I'm going to divide that by 2y. Then I have the plus 12y to the second, and I'm going to divide that by 2y. So I just split this apart and showed the 2y being divided out of each of the three terms in the numerator. So now we're just going to attack each of these. So we'll start with the first one. The 2's, 2 over 2 is just 1. And so really that just goes away. I can just get rid of that. The x squared, I can't do anything with that. So the x squared is going to stay there. And then for the y, I have y over y. And so that's going to cancel out. Okay, so all of that just simplified to x squared. And then I move to the next one. I've got 8 divided by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. The x I can't do anything with, so it's going to just stay there. And for the y's, what you want to do is subtract the exponents. So a power divided by a power, if they have the same base, which is y, you subtract the exponent. So we have 2 minus 1 is 1. So that's y to the first. You don't need to write the exponent of 1. You can just leave it like that. And then plus 12 divided by 2 is 6. And again, I'm going to subtract the exponents. And again, there's an exponent of 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. And so that's just y. And so that's your answer. And that corresponds with C. So keep it up and you will master the math.